a Dredfunn original production. Please sit back and enjoy.
Hey guys, Dredfunn here with a new illustration time-lapse for you. In fact, it's actually an old one. Money, 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 money. Yeah, Ted DiBiase, one of the classic wrestling legends from back in the day. This is an old chin lock illustration I did a long time ago. If you know me personally, I do a lot of work. Well, I don't. I mean, the chin lock wrestling community does a lot of work, and I on occasion provide illustrations for them, for some of the wrestlers. It's a neat thing where I can practice meeting folks and getting better at talking. This was one of the earlier ones when, as I recall, the show was great. It was phenomenal. We showed up a little late, I think, didn't we? Yeah, we were like out of town and had to rush back to get there. And I was in the middle of doing several different commissions, so this guy got lost in the mix somewhere, and the wife finally found it. So we're gonna show it off. Maybe even if the wife can find, I think there's a signed image. I don't know. Either way, this got signed and given away through a charity, Youth Diversion, one of the local charities that help out kids in my area. I think it's a non-profit.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, a lot of stuff for me to figure out. So here, back to the art. Mr. Ted DiBiase, drawing him. We got to meet him. He was part of, I think it was Chinlock 2 or 3, or
Dear Lord,
one of the early ones. Yeah. Anyways, it was one of those instances where, a little embarrassed because I didn't actually get to meet him. I got a little bit psyched out. All the traveling and all the rigmarole at the Comic-Cons. By the time we got there, I was just, whew. And there I see the $1 Million Man staring across at me, and the young Fred inside me was just like, I hate you. I did. I hated the $1 Million Man when I was a kid. I understand that he's playing a character and all that, but being a poor kid, watching him and Virgil come down to the ring and throw money that would have made a huge difference in my life. He really hit home, and that's why he's such an awesome character. And he did a great job at the Chinlock event. He came out, he managed a couple of local wrestlers, and really a nice guy. I mean, I had a few sort of interactions, nothing like, look across the room kind of thing, but again, I was still trying to figure out all this stuff. I'm not a good talker. I don't talk well to people. And sometimes when I've met people that I admire, it becomes cringeworthy and awkward. Just some of the weird things that'll come out of my mouth. I'm hoping, again, if you know me, you're not so surprised. But anyways, back to the drawing. So this is a long time ago. I don't even know what technique I'm using here. I don't even know if I use my brush to smudge it or if it's just my hand. It's one of the drawings that I'm proud of, but I've definitely progressed a lot since then. Gosh, it's got to be 4 years. 4 years ago that I did this drawing, maybe.
it'll be dated at the end.
It will be, okay. So what I recall most is Ted's hair. It was really tough. He has a soft kind of feathery haircut, kind of like that classic 80s, and at the time I wasn't as confident, especially his beard too. I wasn't as confident doing those type of images. I believe I hadn't even done like my Walking Dead yet, where I really got into the beard work with Rick. But yeah, the drawing worked out okay. Again, it's my single pencil technique. I'm just using my a simple pen with I think it's a 005 lead.
Mm-hmm.
A Meccano dollar store leads, and a little Zebra dollar store pencil.
Zebra's not dollar store.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No.
I break the dollar store ones, right, yeah. We had to go with a reinforced one. Yeah, so I have Ted's image off to the side. This one I could only find one I remember with like a bunch of captions and stuff around the money, so actually I had to find a less detailed image that didn't have that, and then go back and use that to draw the money and a couple other things. A lot of times I'll set myself about these little extra challenges just because I'm lazy. Oh, I do smudge with the brush. Here we go. Yeah, just bringing out a dirty old brush. It's not dirty per se with paint, it's dirty with graphite, one that I keep laying around that I can smudge with. Now, again, I'm going in here, this is the part that I had to basically use a couple different references, and I had to do a couple little practice smudges off to the side. You can see right there where I did those three little, or a handful of circles. I was going to try to reproduce kind of a sparkling type effect, but yeah, I did it off to the side and it didn't work. So I went in and, well, you know what, we're going to go with the sharp black to contrast, which is a pain in the butt for me to do because, yeah, literally that's all I'm doing. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I'll come up at it the other way. I told you, there it is. Come back at it the other way. A lot of the newer ones, I'll actually do all that afterwards when I'm done filming. I'll just detail it and darken all the areas. Because in this one, I'm pretty sure I have my graphite eraser, but I know I don't have my electric eraser, which can make a big difference when pulling out the graphite, providing contrasts with the shade. So yeah, back to the event. It was a lot of fun. I know I say that a lot. It was stressful for me just because I still was having a hard time, and the guys that run it, they know that, and you know, I really appreciate them helping me out with this because, you know, I've done I think 5 or 6 chin lock charity shows with them.
5.
5, yeah, and they've been a blast. Like my grandkids have been able to come and check it out, and they've been able to get a taste of what real professional wrestling looks like. Not that the stuff on TV isn't great. I mean, it is, but there's something to be said about being there. You know, and especially in a smaller venue where it's not quite so polished. You know what I mean? Like we recently went to one of their newer ones at a brewery, and it was a great show in a small little confined area in the back of their warehouse, and it was just intimate. You know, you can hear the chops, you can hear the bangs. You know, the guys have to be careful as they're communicating, you know, what they're going to do next. You don't want to give away the show. So yeah, I look forward to every time that they call. Now we're just detailing Ted's spectacular 80s hair. I think it's 90s hair, actually. I don't know. Had a lot of concussions back then, so it's hard to remember. But yeah, now looking at this, I can clearly see that yeah, I should have done a little bit better job measuring out where his eyes are. They're in the right spot. They're just not as detailed and well done as I should have done, or should have attempted. Even the hair, look at that. It's still having a hard time with it. Now, it may not look much different what I'm doing, and it really, it isn't. But it's a progression. Each time you do it, you're getting a tiny little bit better. You know, you're not getting worse. You can't get worse. You literally cannot get worse. If you take time away, yeah, your art will suffer, but that's only because of whatever it is in your brain that hooks up to your hand and fires all those neutrinos and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, drawing some American money, funny money. Yeah, being Canadian, I always get a kick out of drawing American money. That's how they feel about us, I guess. You know, it's like Monopoly money. Theirs looks like toy money to me. But anyways, he's got lots of it, and that was part of his character in the 80s. He really, yeah, you could see, again, like the image didn't have enough detail, and I could have gone online and really hyper detailed it, but I was pressed for time, and I was more concerned about the belt, which I got to see from a distance, and it sparkles just as much as you think it would. The $1 million belt, baby. But yeah, so when doing belts and inanimate objects that don't have flesh, it's really a gamble. It's all about what you don't put in and what you do. A lot of people will like, a lot of young artists starting out will see an image of a person and they'll recreate it and they'll be like, but I followed just what I saw. Again, your eyes play tricks on you, and when you're doing a drawing, it's really, honestly, it's what you don't put in. And this, I labored over this for a while. Yeah, look, I pull it out, I'm like, damn, that's not going to work. I need to tighten that up. The hatching had to be perfect and if I remember, I actually think I might not have continued with the hatching. No, because, yeah, I did, yeah. I'm over off to the side while doing this, you know, doing quick little drawings, so every now and again you see my hand pull away. Off camera, I'm trying to do what I should have done earlier, which is basically get in there nitty-gritty style, make a grid, and then go in. And the way the belt is, they're all diamonds set in rows. So, really, you can see you got to color in every corner. Light, with a soft hand, something that I have to practice at very, very much. And yeah, it turned out great. And I just off to the side, took like 2 minutes my time, 10 seconds in the video. I did a little patch, and then yeah, I wish I could have done this with my electric racer. I could have gone in there and just afterwards and make it sparkle even more. But yeah, now we're just wrapping it up. I'm gonna do like a light diffusion of lines there to sort of make the image pop a little more, and then I believe I break out the graphite eraser to start pulling out some of the lighter shades, the whites. Yeah, right there, boom. So his teeth, his eyes, and yeah, this is where the drawing starts to come to life. It is actually kind of magical. Look at that, look at that. I'm impressing myself, especially the light work that I did around his cheek, because Ted's got one of those type of faces, I don't know, it's more almost like Nordic. I see it like there's a thickness in here, you know, and you gotta, he's got a beard too, so you gotta be conscious of how you make it. You don't want to make it too big. So yeah, we're just coming up to the last few seconds, and yeah, this was a great time. Chin lock, you guys rock. And I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and pass it on. I know Ted got to see the drawing and sign it, and some lucky wrestling fan has it in their home. Anyways, Dredfunn out.
This has been a Dredfunn.com production. Thanks for watching.